Have you ever pondered about the end of the world, the final curtain call for mankind? Pause for a moment and let that sink in. The concept is as chilling as it is fascinating. From the dawn of time, humans have been captivated by the mystery of their own demise. The end of the world, the apocalypse, Armageddon, doomsday, whatever name you give it, it's an enigma that has intrigued and terrified us in equal measure. This fascination isn't just a curiosity, it's a deep-seated part of our psyche. It's a reflection of our mortality and the finite nature of our existence. We're aware that all things must come to an end, and our civilization, no matter how advanced, is no exception. But why are we so fixated on the end times? Perhaps it's because the end of the world is the ultimate unknown. It's the final frontier, the greatest mystery of all. It's something that none of us can experience and then tell the tale. And that makes it irresistibly intriguing. This fascination has given birth to countless predictions about how and when the world will end. These predictions come from all corners of the globe, from all periods of history, and from all walks of life. They're a testament to our collective imagination and our shared fear of the unknown. And what's truly remarkable is how diverse these predictions are. They range from natural disasters and celestial events to technological catastrophes and supernatural phenomena. Some are based on religious beliefs and ancient prophecies, others on scientific theories and mathematical calculations. But no matter how different they might be, all these predictions have one thing in common. They reflect our deep-rooted desire to make sense of the world and our place in it. There are attempts to bring order to the chaos, to find meaning in the incomprehensible, and to face our inevitable end with some semblance of understanding. So, prepare yourselves, dear listeners, as we embark on a journey through time. From the dawn of civilization to the present day, we'll explore the most intriguing, the most chilling, and the most outlandish predictions about the end of the world. Let's delve into these predictions from the dawn of civilization to the present day. Our journey begins in the ancient world, where civilizations like the Mayans and the Egyptians had their own predictions. These societies, each with their unique cosmologies and understanding of time, left us with prophecies that have intrigued generations of scholars and laymen alike. We start with the Mayans, a civilization known for their advanced understanding of astronomy and time. They believed in a cyclical view of time, where every era ends and a new one begins. Their calendar, known as the Long Count, concluded in December of 2012, leading many to believe it predicted the end of the world. But alas, we're still here, aren't we? Moving on to the land of the pharaohs, the ancient Egyptians were not left behind in this prophetic race. They believed in the concept of Ma'at, a cosmic balance that, if disturbed, could lead to the world's end. The Egyptians prophesied that their gods would one day become displeased with humanity's actions, tipping the balance of Ma'at and causing the world to return to the primeval waters of chaos it once emerged from. A rather dramatic end, wouldn't you say? But these are not the only ancient societies with apocalyptic predictions. The Norse people foretold an event called Ragnarok, a series of disasters followed by a battle that would consume the world. The Zoroastrians spoke of a final renovation of the world where evil would be destroyed. And the list goes on. These ancient prophecies, each unique and fascinating in its own right, reveal how different cultures grappled with the concept of the end times. They may have been driven by an understanding of the natural world, a fear of divine retribution, or perhaps a combination of both. While these prophecies did not come to pass, they continue to intrigue us to this day. They offer a window into the human psyche across centuries and civilizations, a testament to our enduring fascination with the unknown, the unexplained, and the end of all things. Fast forward to the medieval times, where doom and gloom were often on the horizon. A time of knights and castles, but also a time of fear and foreboding. The Middle Ages, spanning from the 5th to the 15th century, were rife with prophecies, with the spectre of apocalypse looming large over the populace. Among those who claimed to see the future was Michel de Nostradame, better known as Nostradamus. This French physician and reputed seer published collections of prophecies that have since become famous worldwide. Nostradamus's quatrains written in a cryptic mix of French, Greek, Latin and celestial codes, have been interpreted and reinterpreted in many ways. Some of his prophecies were believed to predict wars, earthquakes, floods, and yes, the end of the world. One of the most frequently cited predictions of Nostradamus is the so-called King of Terror quatrain. Many believe this to predict a catastrophic event, possibly the end times, although interpretations vary widely. And yet, despite the doom-laden predictions, the world continued to turn, proving Nostradamus' end times prophecy to be, at least for now, unfulfilled. The Middle Ages were also marked by the Black Death, a devastating pandemic that swept over Europe in the 14th century, killing millions. Amid the death and despair, many saw this as a sign of the imminent apocalypse. Clerics preached about the end of days, and fear of the end times was widespread. Yet as we know, the world did not end then. The Black Death eventually passed, and life went on, albeit forever changed. These medieval predictions, much like the ancient ones, did not come to fruition, but they did leave an indelible mark on history. They serve as a testament to our enduring fascination with the end of the world, a fascination that continues to this day. As we'll see in our next segment, this curiosity doesn't end with the Middle Ages. The modern era too has its share of end times predictions, but that's a story for another scene. In our modern era, the end of the world predictions have taken a more scientific turn. Gone are the days of soothsayers and seers, replaced now by scientists and statisticians. These modern-day prophets speak not of divine retribution or cosmic calamity, but of very terrestrial threats that loom on our horizon. Firstly, we have the ever-looming spectre of climate change. Scientists across the globe agree that our planet is heating up and fast. Glaciers are melting, sea levels are rising, and extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and more severe. If left unchecked, this could lead to a world that is inhospitable for human life. Unpredictable weather patterns, food and water scarcity, and mass displacement of people are just a few of the grim possibilities. Secondly, there's the threat of nuclear warfare. With the push of a button, a single country has the power to unleash a devastation that could bring about a nuclear winter, blocking out the sun and causing a global drop in temperatures. The resulting famine and disease could wipe out a significant portion of the world's population. Lastly, let's not forget about the threat from above. Asteroids. While the chances are slim, the potential for a large asteroid impact isn't zero. A rock just 6 miles wide could cause an extinction-level event, much like the one that wiped out the dinosaurs 65 million years ago. These predictions are grounded in science and are based on observable facts and trends. But it's important to remember that they are just that, predictions. They represent potential futures, not set-in-stone destinies. We have the power to change the course of our future, to mitigate these threats and ensure the survival of our species. These modern predictions, while based in science, are still just predictions. The end of the world remains a mystery. From the ancients to the modern era, mankind has always been fascinated with its end. We've traversed the labyrinth of time itself, from the cryptic prophecies of ancient civilizations to the ominous forecasts of the medieval seers, and even to the most recent predictions of our modern times. Each epoch, each culture, each mind that has contemplated our inevitable end has added a unique brushstroke to this grand tapestry of end times narratives. In the ancient world, we saw the Mayans, the Egyptians, and other venerable civilizations who prophesied cataclysmic events. Celestial bodies colliding, the sun swallowing the earth, or the world being submerged in an all-consuming flood. These predictions, steeped in their rich spiritual and cultural traditions, were reflections of their understanding of the cosmos and their place within it. Fast forward to the medieval era, the time of Nostradamus and his ilk. Their prognostications, often shrouded in cryptic verses and allegories, spoke of wars, plagues, and natural disasters. These forecasts, though sometimes eerily accurate, were fundamentally a response to the turbulent times they lived in. Their fears, hopes, and anxieties mirrored in their prophecies. And now we find ourselves in the modern era, where technology and science have given birth to a new breed of predictions. Nuclear warfare, artificial intelligence gone rogue, climate change. These are the horsemen of our potential apocalypse. These predictions, unlike their predecessors, are not born out of spiritual or mystic beliefs, but rather they are the offspring of our own technological advancement and scientific understanding. Across these epochs, the recurring theme is clear. The end is often seen as a consequence of our own actions, our own hubris. It's a sobering reminder of the impact we have on our world and the responsibility we bear for its future. Whether the end is nigh or far off, one thing is certain: humanity's fascination with its end is as enduring as time itself.